From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, there's been uproar in the UN General Assembly in New York as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu slammed countries for recognising Palestine. Even before he started speaking, dozens of officials and diplomats left the auditorium in protest, with the chair banging his gavel and calling for calm.
Please, order in the hall.
Прошу обеспечить порядок в зале.
In his speech, Netanyahu labelled those who've recognised Palestine as a mark of shame and claimed Israel is not committing genocide in Gaza.
Israel is accused of deliberately targeting civilians. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposite is true. Would a country committing genocide plead with the civilian population it is supposedly targeting to get out of harm's way?
And Labour is hoping Foreign Affairs Minister Winston Peters will formally recognise Palestine at the UN in New York today. Peters is expected to deliver his speech to the General Assembly at around 11 a.m. Labour's Foreign Affairs spokesperson Penny Henare is questioning why a final decision's seemingly taken us longer than the other countries, with around 150 others already supporting recognition.
I'm really confused, and so are many other New Zealanders that I talk to, about what the delay is.
In other news, and a criminal law professor says the jury in the Loafers Lodge trial had to work through a lot of evidence, indicating why the trial stretched on for 5 weeks. 50-year-old Esa Rona Lalonga was found guilty of 5 counts of murder and 1 of arson in the High Court at Wellington yesterday. Lalonga admitted to starting the blaze but claimed a defence of insanity. AUT's Warren Brookbank says Lalonga's insanity defence meant there was a mountain of psychiatric evidence.
That took a long time to work through, and with appropriate directions from the judge to the jury as to how they were to consider the evidence.
That's news. The sport, and the Storm are through to the NRL Grand Final after a 22-14 triumph over the Sharks in Melbourne. Last year's defeated finalists led 16-8 at the break, with Kiwis Will Warbrick and Jerome Hughes scoring tries, while winger Sione Katoa had a double for Cronulla. It's advantaged Europe after the first morning of play at the Ryder Cup on the Bethpage Black Course in New York. The defending champions have taken a 3-1 lead. And a game of 2 halves has left a bittersweet taste in Tasman's mouths following their 55-38 NPC win over Southland in Invercargill. That's sport. I'm Diana Vezic.